This is only the negative part now, obviously. But I enjoy Lost Ark, and I don't mind these upgrade chances. I don't mind. I am fine with tapping 200 times on one piece of gear to eventually have that piece of gear go up. That feels amazing then. Can you imagine how it feels like after 200 attempts to finally succeed? It feels...
That's looking at it in a very positive light. Probably better than I've been doing with the fact that I look at like, that sounds awful. But that's a fair argument. That on the flip side, glass half full argument is that even though it's 0.5% chance to upgrade, like at least over time, it goes up, and it's probably a rewarding feeling when it finally does go up. And in the meantime, like I mentioned before, you probably shouldn't think item level is everything. Hard not to, but yeah. Alright, this first video is recommended to me. It's by Hi, I'm Fox. Why most of you will quit Lost Ark in Tier 3, explaining what the game is like at Endgame. So we're going to check it out.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Fox and welcome to another video. Now in today's video, I don't want to fearmonger about Lost Ark.
How to make friends as an adult, brother. If you find the answer, you let me know.
Dying out or anything. I don't want to say Lost Ark cannot succeed in the West because I think it will. And I also don't want to say anything bad about the game because frankly, I love Lost Ark. I literally love this game so much. I've been playing it on the Russian servers.
It's been very fun so far.
I banned my Russian account to
Yeah, I played briefly on a Russian server for about 2 hours, like a while back ago. To be quite honest, I didn't have like a translation. I had like this like 30-hour long YouTube video that was a guy who went through and was like translating everything. Let me adjust my camera. He was translating everything from the game, the English, so that people could understand what's happening. But other than that, I haven't had much experience with Lost Ark before the launch, and so far I've really enjoyed it.
We started on the European servers. Now, if that doesn't tell you how much I love this game, I don't know what will. But this video is not about talking bad about Lost Ark. It's more about trying to tell you if this game is for you.
Back to the video.
So if you're getting frustrated with the game about honing upgrades mostly or other thing, this video is going over everything that will be coming in the future and why it might get worse and why this might not be your game.
All right, this will be interesting to see my reaction on. I have had a mixed feeling about the honing system with Lost Ark. Like for background to this, like a lot of the MMOs I played in the past did not usually have a lot of RNG in it. There was to a degree some, like some Path of Exile late game has RNG, but also to an extent some doesn't. And like New World had some RNG with like crafting gear, but also like it didn't with like, I don't know, it's an interesting feeling. And I get the idea of like, oh, like the RNG gamble of honing is like the same as just grinding a boss for a chance of a drop for hours. I get the argument and why it's a thing in the game, but it doesn't change the fact that it has a negative feeling compared to like just not getting a drop to me. All right, but let's see.
A Lost Ark veteran. I've played on Russian servers for over a year. I've played on Korean servers when the game released there, but I never played serious there. On Russia though, I was very serious about the game. I had around 15 characters. I cleared the latest Belshazzar raid, which is the one you always see in St. Tony's video, how hard is raiding
the
in
crazy
Lost Ark,
one with the shapes and everything.
In general, this video is to tell you what is coming to you. Now, in terms of honing, I already see now a lot of people that are very upset about the honing upgrade chances, failing upgrades.
It's not been a positive reaction by Western audience, in my opinion.
It becomes much worse. We're not talking about 30% chance. We're not talking about 20, 15. We're talking about 5, 3, 2, 1% chances of upgrading. Later down the road,
yikes, 1%. Bro, like it's not the first time I've heard it, but just like a 1% chance to upgrade just like sounds like such a turnoff in the video game. Like it just sounds so undescribably just not enjoyable.
When you have done Vikars, when you have done Clown, you will then be facing upgrade chances of 1% or less.
Or
you
less?
Will be upgrading one piece of gear over
Did this man say or less?
Weeks in order to upgrade it for one level. That is what
this man said. It'll be less than 1%. You'll spend weeks just for
the future of Lost Ark grind looks like. This is not going to be go to islands, pick up materials, and upgrade your.
Bro, I had today. I was playing earlier before my stream. I did 2 chances of upgrade. I'm tier 2. I'm at like 11 or like 1060 or something. I did 2 chances that had 90% to be successful. 2 in a row that I did it. I did it, failed, 90%, then succeeded. Did another piece that was 90%, failed, then succeeded. 2 in a row at 90% that I failed. My luck can't handle 0.5%, bro.
That's as fast as possible. No, it's a very daily routine-oriented game where you do your Chaos Dungeon, your Guardian Raids, your weekly stuff. And outside of that, you do Adventure Tome stuff. You do your Adventure Island, you do your Chaos Gate, you do everything on your checklist every day.
Yeah, very
checklisty resources, game. You make gold, you buy resources, you sell resources, and you upgrade your characters. The fun with Lost Ark, in my opinion, comes from playing multiple characters. Having one single character in Lost Ark will, without swiping, not get you anywhere. You will just be doing your daily Chaos Dungeon, Guardians, and you're done with your resource income. And as you can imagine, with 1% upgrade...
Yeah, this is something I've been starting to expand more, because I definitely only had my Paladin as my main character for like the longest time. Like I was only working on my Paladin, and I regret not working on my alt sooner. I didn't want to choose an alt or make alts before I like knew what characters I wanted or like knew what I wanted to do with them. But like I finally have like a sorcerer and a shadow hunter that I've been working on, and it definitely has helped a lot with my enjoyment of the game to have that variety. So that's a fair point, that the actual game, it's a weird feeling, especially going from a game like New World where there's absolutely no reason to have alt accounts. Like it was almost bad it was bad to have alt accounts to try to do stuff, because you could have them on the same server and stuff like that, but yeah, it's a very, or even like Path of Exile or even Star Wars: The Old Republic, like you really have like one main character and then you just keep perfecting that character. It's a different playstyle in this game.
And around 200 to 300.
You still want to work on them a ton until you got 802 to reduce the hunting cost? No, for sure.
Honing attempts that will take quite a while to upgrade one piece of gear. Now, you wouldn't even get to that stage, obviously, one character. But my point is that the honing becomes much more obnoxious down the road. Now, at some point, you're not like, oh, I want this to succeed. No, you are okay with failing your honing upgrade until you get the 100% upgrade chance, right? The pity system, over time, the more you upgrade, the more this stacks up to 100%. And that fills up over 200 attempts at some point. So you're going to be spending...
Yeah, no, and I've heard arguments that you guys start looking at the game as not the 0.5% chance to actually succeed on the upgrade, but just a daily grind to increase that over time. Like the idea is that you're going to spend 2 weeks failing upgrades each day to slowly build that percent up. As a gamer, that doesn't sound exciting personally to me. Like I don't like the idea of like, all right, I'm gonna do my daily grind each day, so I fail, and my failure will mean that it's gonna be a little bit easier to not fail, maybe, but still probably fail for a few. Like it doesn't sound that exciting.
Spending materials for 200
honing attempts, and
we're talking about one honing upgrade costing 10 to 15k gold at this stage, right? Obviously, your income will be much higher, so this is currently very blown out of proportions to what we currently have as income. But still, it will become very frustrating, because if you believe the honing chances now with 30%, with 25%, or even higher are already frustrating, this might not be the game for you. And I'm telling you that because I just don't want you to waste your time. Obviously, the game is amazing. I love the Legion raids. I love everything in Endgame about Lost Ark. I love the new mini games there.
The Legion raids look really fun. And that's the nice thing so far that's really been keeping me engaged with Lost Ark, is I've been a little frustrated with the whole honing system, and it does feel bad, like just straight feels bad sometimes. The actual gameplay and the things that you can do, it always feels like you have something to do, which is at least a nice substitute. And I get that, like, you probably shouldn't just purely think of the game as an item level upgrade, like it's an MMO, there are other things to do, but it's hard not to get caught up in that system, just wanting to get your honing up. Yeah, it's also still a decent ways in the future. This is the game longevity part to extend the playtime. Yeah.
They're introducing everywhere. The game can be enjoyed by people that also do not care so much about upgrading and do not care about these raids. That is absolutely okay, and the game is catering more towards that player base right now, which is very good in my opinion. The thing is, if you care about upgrading your gear, if you care about staying up to date with your gear compared to other people, this might be something that will be very frustrating to you in the future, because there will be some of your guildmates or friends that will have insane luck. That always exists. You will have people that will be luckier than you. You will have people that will swipe without admitting.
I'm looking at Hunter when he says that. With Hunter had like 3 5% chance of upgrades in a row and had 2 90% fails.
Because they think it's shameful to swipe, which makes no sense to me, because I believe you can spend your money on whatever you feel like and not be judged for that by other people. But that's a different topic. The thing is, you will experience frustration. You will experience being behind others because of how RNG works. And there is nothing you can do about that. And if you, again, are already now frustrated, think about, is this really the game you want to play? Is this really what you want to get yourself into later down the road? This is only the negative part now, obviously. But I enjoy Lost Ark, and I don't mind these upgrade chances. I don't mind. I am fine with tapping 200 times on one piece of gear to eventually have that piece of gear go up. That feels amazing then. Can you imagine how it feels like after 200 attempts to finally succeed? It feels...
That's looking at it in a very positive light. Probably better than I've been doing with the fact that I look at like, that sounds awful. But that's a fair argument. That on the flip side, glass half full argument is that even though it's 0.5% chance to upgrade, like at least over time, it goes up, and it's probably a rewarding feeling when it finally does go up. And in the meantime, like I mentioned before, you probably shouldn't think item level is everything. Hard not to, but yeah. Yo, what's up, Skits? How you doing, bro? Long time.
Really good. So why do we play Lost Ark? For fun. That is actually the answer. I enjoy this game so much. I enjoy the raids. I enjoy going into vaults and Vicas and doing these raids, because that is what keeps me playing and coming back to this game, obviously. Because the honing is not the reason why I play. Having high item level is not the reason why I play. Right? Other people in my guild have overtaken my item level much faster just because they got luckier than I am. I feel like I'm super unlucky in this version of the game. Or maybe I was always this unlucky. I just had more ults on the other version. I don't know what it was, but I feel very, very unfortunate. And of course, there are days where I'm frustrated to see other people overtake my item level like this without doing anything. And I grind here, I get an ult here, I run endless chaos dungeon, you know, I do everything possible to boost my upgrade chances. And yet others just do it like this. And that can be frustrating. My number one advice is to honestly not care about other people's item level. If you care a lot about what other people have as item level, you will just become way more frustrated and more, because some people will luck out. And again, some people will swipe without telling you or admitting to it because they want to stay free to play. That's just how it is. And I just want to warn you or give you a...
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. You can't like this is definitely a game you can't compare your progress to others because of I mean, again, the quite frank pay-to-win mechanics. There is a pay-to-win mechanic in this game. You can just, as he calls it, swipe and progress. You could just do that, and so you can't look at people who are already at 1300 and try and compare yourself when you're only at 900, something like that. It's a fair argument, and like, there's also on the flip side of the degree of you also gotta like recognize the work that some people do. Like there are people like I have some friends who have like 5 characters already, all like one was the main, 2 were the battle passes, and then they got 2 more that they leveled up to 50, and they hop on every day. They do 10 rounds of chaos dungeons, and they only do like 5 or so of their guardian raids, and they progress all their characters, and that's how they enjoy the game. They just do that round of dailies. They take a few hours, do all that. And then either they keep playing or they hop off and do something else. And if they enjoy it, they enjoy it. But they're able to progress a lot quicker because they do so many alts. And they are able to funnel all the resources into like 2 characters. So it's... Yeah. But yeah, it's... I guess the other frustration with it, though, is that because the content is locked behind item levels, it gets frustrating with that disparity. Like, he's talking like you can't like compare yourself to like what other people are able to get to. But it's hard to like not in some cases because the game is locked in that way. Where it's like I have friends, I have a buddy, like I mentioned before, like Hunter, he's like item level like 1200 or something now, and there are stuff that he does in the game that he's literally like he hasn't touched yet because he's waiting for his friends to catch up, and it sucks because like I'm doing all my dailies. I've just gotten a little bit less unlucky and I played a little bit less than him. And so I'm far behind. But I do my dailies. I've done all my tier 1 and tier 2 islands now. I've done all of them. I'm not to tier 3 yet. Why? Part unlucky, part who knows. You know what I mean? So, so definitely, yeah, it definitely is like, shouldn't be compared, but it's also hard to not compare yourself to others because of the fact that, like, also there's a content gate with some of the stuff.
A heads up what's to come with Lost Ark. There is going to be more RNG. There are going to be people that will 3-tap a 1% weapon. It happened. There was a guy who 2-tapped a 2% weapon twice in a row. These things happen and they will be there. And you will probably not.
I promise you, the day that ever happens, the day I ever 1-tap a 2% or less upgrade, I will do such an amazing Drunk Lost Ark PvP stream. I promise you that right now. I will celebrate so hard.
Have them because, let's be honest here, we never get that luck. It's always the other people, right?
Right.
But that is obviously, again, also a bit the social media effect. What is the social media effect? Do I share on social media when I'm feeling down? Do I share on social media something bad that happens to me? No. If you go to Facebook, which probably most of you don't use anymore, I mean, I barely use it. But my point is that on Facebook, people only share good things. They share vacations. They share nice moments. They share achievements. No one shares failures. And this is happening in Lost Ark. People share achievements.
Yeah, they're bragging about their high
look, I'm already item level,
this
item level. I'm already here. I'm already there. I made it here. But no one's going to share, hey, I'm item level, I'm in tier 2 and I'm totally fine with that. No, because it's not seen as achieving something. Well, it might be very big.
You can't brag about what's viewed as not the top of the game. Like, you don't see people going and bragging like, oh yeah, I got 8th place in this tournament. Like, you can't do it, so you always look at the top, which definitely does create a very hostile environment. Enjoying some Lost Ark right now? Hell yeah, bro, same.
Achievement to someone, to that person themselves. And this is what's also happening. So it is super important to really mostly care about your own gameplay and yourself and your item level, and not about what other people are at or what they're doing in the game. That is my biggest advice I can give to you if you want to continue playing Lost Ark, because otherwise you'll just get super frustrated. And with that, we're at the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys
did enjoy the video, Mr. High on Fox. No, I mean, it's a good video. It's a good call out to the fact that, like, the percentages can get low, and if you're already struggling with the current percentages, maybe this isn't the game for you. And that's also probably very unhealthy to just view the game purely as an item level upgrade and like simulator. So it's a good call out, and it's an interesting argument to make. We'll see if we stick with it when we get to that point. I have a strong feeling I'm going to get to the point where my upgrades are 5% or less, and I'm probably going to get tilted, just to be honest. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Who knows? Who knows?